Every parent wants to know their children are safe when they make their way to and from school, but for one mother, that ended when her young son was targeted by a sex offender.
Willesden Green in northwest London. There are a number of schools in the vicinity, and it's a common sight to see children walking these streets on their way home in the afternoon.
It's an area where there are lots of young kids, and they've all grown up together, and they've gone to school together. So going to school and coming home, it's very, very busy with lots of young kids. So it does feel fairly safe at that time of day.
For this mother, it was crucial her son had the confidence to walk home on his own, because routine is very important for children with autism.
We spent a long time over the summer holidays teaching him the route so that he would have the independence to be able to walk with his friends. It's important for him not to always be too cotton-walled. He needs to be like the other kids.
Her son has a form of high-functioning autism, which makes it hard for him to read the intentions of other people.
He's very, very caring. He's a very good boy, but trusting. So if somebody's asked him for his help, he'll always try and help them, no matter what. He's not really able to understand that somebody might be lying.
On the 11th of January this year, her son was on his way home when a man pushing a bicycle came up and spoke to him.
A man approached him and asked him for help. He said he wanted my son to take a picture to send to his brother, who was in Norway, and he wanted him to take a picture at his house. He wanted his brother to see that he had a house.
The man led the schoolboy off the main road and towards a nearby housing estate on Griffin Close.
He had deliberately taken him to a quite secluded spot, so he went along with the guy to take the photo, and as he was concentrating on looking at the man's phone to take the photo, the man came up behind him and grabbed him.
It was then that the man sexually assaulted the schoolboy.
He said he was grabbed, and he held him, and I think that was the most frightening thing for him. He felt he couldn't get away, and the guy held him. He knew it wasn't right, and he felt very, very uncomfortable about it. I was at work, sitting on the computer, my phone went, and it was my son ringing from home. And he was quite upset. He said something happened to him on the way home and found it difficult to explain what it was. I rushed home, and on the way I called the police.
Police investigating the crime have released an image of the man taken from CCTV at the scene of the offence, in the hope that someone will recognise him.
This is a very serious crime. This is a vulnerable schoolboy that suffers with autism, and it's an assault which has happened in broad daylight whilst he walks home from school. It's particularly concerning for the local community, and we would urge anybody with any information to come forward. This crime is also particularly concerning because the boy in question is quite young in age, but looks somewhat younger than his years as well. So it is a concern that maybe this suspect is looking for children of a very young age.
Even months later, this attack has left its mark on the boy and his mother.
It's a sour feeling. It's a horrible feeling. It's a shadow cast over our lives. And I just think it's very sad he found out in such a nasty way that people aren't always kind. Not everyone's like him. And I just hope that with the help of people watching this, that we may be able to put a name to the man that did this to him. Make sure he doesn't do it to anybody else, because we don't know how dangerous he is. We don't know if the next child he picks on is going to be even younger or even more vulnerable.
With me now is Detective Constable Charlie Guy. You saw her in the film there, and she is investigating this case. Charlie, this was a particularly worrying attack, wasn't it?
Yes, this was particularly worrying because the young boy suffers with autism, which makes him even more vulnerable. He was a schoolboy on his way home from school when the attack happened in broad daylight. The suspect met him on Park Avenue and actually led him to Griffin Close, an estate nearby.
There is some good CCTV footage of this man, isn't there?
Yes, we've got some good CCTV footage from Griffin Close. It shows the suspect and the young boy walking up a grassy hill towards the alleyway, and they emerge around a minute or so later on, and then the boy runs off towards his home address. The suspect that we're looking for is an Asian, possibly Southeast Asian male in his 20s. He's around 5'4", slim build. He was wearing quite a distinctive green Parker jacket with an emblem on the sleeve and a grey beanie hat. The boy makes mention of him having a push bike, which unfortunately we don't have a picture of. But the suspect did mention something about a brother in Norway. We don't know, again, whether this is true or not. And also that he had a phone with him that wasn't an iPhone.
The mother mentions in the film there that she just really wants to name someone to recognise this man, doesn't she?
Yes, I mean, we need some closure on this case. Somebody out there will know who this man is, so we would urge anyone who knows who it could be to come forwards.
Charlie, thank you very much. As you heard there, any information that you do have at all, please do get in touch.